Radio enthusiast. Yeah. Y'all riding down the street, got the bass on blast. Car audio enthusiasts, I'm first, never last. Subwoofer stomping, got the neighborhood jumping in the world of sound. I'm always bumping.
What's up, guys? For those of you out there with hardcore service vehicles, tow trucks, any kind of vehicle that's got lots of lights that have to run, running compressors or other type of equipment like electrical inverters to run AC, to run to a job site or to an erect scene or anything like that. For those of you out there that need that high output alternator, or that alternator that's going to be able to handle running for hours at a time, charging at a pretty high rate and working hard day after day. For those of you out there with hardcore audio systems that need an immense amount of power for a short burst or a moderate amount of power for a long period of time, and you want something that's going to work and continue to work, something that's made in the United States, something that is built by somebody who cares, somebody who puts the extra attention into making sure the details are done right and the equipment is built properly. Your choices are limited. There are companies out there that provide this service for some of the more popular brands of vehicles. But for those of you that's got engine types and engine sizes, alternators that are not as easy to find, your choices are far, far more limited. Well, let me recommend Accurate Electric. I'm going to have a little interview with this guy. Listen up.
Okay. So you guys do rebuild alternators in the normal sense, as in you take an alternator that doesn't work anymore and make it work again.
Correct. Yes.
That's correct. All right. And also you repair the alternators, but also you can rebuild them in such a way that they can output more power. Now let's say, for example, someone sends you a Honda alternator for a Civic or whatever. It's a hypothetical that makes 80 amps. What type of options would someone like that potentially have?
If we can get the proper housings that fit the hairpin type components that we're building them with, which is the common market right now.
Yeah.
As long as we get housings, we can build them. That's our drawback of not being able to do something, is we just can't get the housings.
Is that your phone ringing?
Yeah.
Go ahead and get that if you need to.
It's all.
Oh, okay. So, and let's do another hypothetical. How does it work? If you know how much your alternator outputs normally, say it's 100 amps, is there a scale that you can kind of figure as to what you can get out of an alternator based on its normal output by rebuilding it?
Our rebuilds, the hairpins, I've got a scale that I can go by on our 240 amps, our 300 amps, and we got 160s also.
Okay. So we could, you could theoretically build it up as there's like stages. So a 100 amp will turn into this or this, depending on the specific alternator.
Correct. Yeah.
You can jump into this area or this area, depending on the alternator.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That gives me some ideas. And of course, when you know what alternator you're dealing with, you can actually look at that scale and give it.
Right. Yes.
So if a person was wanting to have an alternator done to create a high output alternator out of the alternator that's stock for their vehicle, how would you want them to get a hold of you, or what kind of information would you need? What would be the process in that?
Just call it the vehicle, and I'll look it up from there. And then
Okay.
if it's something special we can't do, there might be some custom stuff, but right now I don't do any service, so I can't help in that area other than information. But if I can get the housings.
Sweet. Well, I'll try to send some people your way. There's a few that I know of that'll probably want to talk to you.
Appreciate it.
So I appreciate you for your time, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, if you're looking for high output alternator, there are options. That market is, kind of rich with alternators that say they're going to do some power, but then they don't do that power, or they do, but they don't last but a couple of weeks. If you want something done correctly, that's going to last and going to perform properly and be nice and safe and solid, you're going to have to go to a reputable manufacturer or to a very reputable, long-term, builder that can build the alternator for you. And these guys at Accurate Electric definitely qualify in that department. So if you're interested in doing that, the phone number will be on the screen there. And if you guys found this helpful, be sure and hit me up in the subscribe button down there below. And let me know in the comments what you think about this. What are your thoughts? Gonna give them a call?